Hello, everyone. Guys, want to take a look at this test number 2, okay? I'm going to try to move kind of fast. I printed it, okay? But y'all go online and just go ahead and watch this video and take test number 2. As this first one, you got to match up the types of sampling. All right. Guys, self-selected is the first we should look at. Look for volunteers. It's right there. So this is number 1. And again, it might be in a different order. All right, for systematic, I look for a rule. Something that says like every third person or every fifth. Right there, every fifth, right there, systematic. That's 2. All right, let's see here. Convenience is something that's too easy or nearby you. Like I walk around my neighborhood and ask my neighbors. Yep, that's 4 right there, okay? The other 2 are the 2 types of groups. This is the one where you sample from each group, stratified. Selected every nurse participating in the study. Population group by age. Sample is chosen from each group. See that right there? Sample chosen from each group. So this is every nurse participated. Every nurse at the hospital selected. That's cluster, okay? First one, that's one of the hardest problems right there. All right, the next one is the type of studies. All right. The sample surveys where they ask a question. Right here. They ask us customers if they like to shop. That's number 1. They ask a question. That's a sample survey. All right. Experiment is where you have a control group. You give a treatment right here. Drug company. Form 2 groups. One group given the drug, the other's not. That's experiment. So this is 3% of visitors on a dog leash. They just watch. You're just watching and counting how many people have a leash. All right, that's observation. All right, this is a set of data. It's got a mean of 51. Standard deviation of 9. So add 9, this is 60. Subtract 9, that's 42. They're saying what percent of data falls within this interval, 42 to 60. All right, well, if you remember, this was 34 and 34. Just add them up. I got 68. All right. Number 4, set of data, normal distribution has a mean of 21, standard deviation of 4. So add that, that's 25. So they're saying everything that's below this right here, 25. So this everything below here, that's 50%. Because that's the mean. And this one here, remember, is 34. So add those 2 up. What do you get, 84, something like that right here. Okay. Number 5, normally distributed set of data. Value that's 1 standard deviation above the mean is 93. Value that's 2 below is 39. Okay? So it looks like this. They want to know what the mean is. 1 standard deviation above is 93. Right? 2 below is 39. Just subtract. Oops. Subtract. What do I get there? 54. Now, what is that? 18, 18, 18. So these are all 18, because that's 54 divided by 3. So 93, take away 18. 75. That's it. All right, this one right here, take a look at the data. What's the mean? It's listed right there. That's the mean. It's one of those drags. Drag it up there, okay? All the way up here. Standard deviation is right here. 55 minus 46.5. Just put that in your calculator. You'll have the answer right here, okay? Yep. Right, the next one is about Mrs. Ellis. She's talking about her students. Normally distributed, a mean of 45, standard deviation of 5. What range of time is spent during homework contains 68% of the data. All right, you can draw this out. 45 is the mean. Standard deviation up 5 is 50. Down 5 is 40. Between 40 and 50. So let's drag up 40 and 50. All right. Okay, sorry about that. I had to stop for a minute. All right, guys, let's look at the next one here. Question 8. Guys, they want to know, find the value given the z-score. All right, what you do, you take the z-score times the standard deviation and add the mean. So the z-score they're saying is 2.5. All right, the value, or the standard deviation is 6. Plus the mean of 85. I got 100, all right? Next one's a little different. They want to know the z-score. All right, so that's the value minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So for this question, the value was 3. I took away the mean, 2.7, it's listed right here, divided by the standard deviation of 0.5, 0.5, I got 0.6. All right, this one, guys, you're looking for 3 statements that are true about z-score. Box and whisker plot, no. Standard deviation, a normal, that's what it, yep, that's right. Last score set, no. End of the game, no. Stripes on a zebra, no. Negative z-score means the value is below, yes. Z-score is the number of standard deviations the value is above or below the mean. That's exactly what it is, okay? All right, let's take a look at this here. What statement is most true about this set of data? Percentages, no. The vertical scale, because it does not go down all the way to 0. That's it. It does not go down to 0. It stops at 50. That's it. Looks okay. 2 different vertical scales. No, it's only one. Because the area shown, yep, it's this one right here. Okay. Number 14, sample proportion. It's just a fraction. I don't know what the answer is. Put this in your calculator. All right? It's just a fraction. Okay, y'all, let me grab my calculator. I guess I got 0.45 here, okay? Let's look at the next one. As I want the margin of error, sample size of 625. Now, what is the formula? The margin of error is 1 over the square root of the sample size. All right, so that's 1 over 6 square root of 625 is 0.04. It's 4%. 4%. All right, very similar. This one, they want the sample size, though, and they give you the margin of error. So the formula is just the same formula switched around. Solve for n. It's 1 over e squared. 8% is 0.08 squared. At 156. Guys, you gotta hustle here because we're running out of time. There's this next one here is about these teenagers, 400 teenagers. That's the sample size. To find the margin of error, again, is 1 over the square root of the sample size. So it's 0.05. That's the margin of error. They're telling us 62% is the expected value. So just add 5%, subtract 5%. 62 plus 5, 67. 62 minus 5 is 57. So it's between these two numbers right here. Last one. What's true? Smaller sample size, smaller? No. Sample size are always accurate? No. The larger the sample size, the smaller the margin of error. Yes. Parameters go with sampling. No. Parameters go with population. Yes. P goes with P. Statistics go with population. No. Because sample are an estimate, sample proportion should always be reported with a margin of error. Sure. Larger the sample size, larger the error? No. Statistics summarize samples. That's it. Those are the 4 right there, okay? Now, why don't you retake this test number 2 and improve your score? All right, that's it. Thanks.